What's up, everyone? Callum from Netflix Subbuteo show today. We have got another episode, and as you all notice already, there's an extra little face on the screen today. How's everyone doing today?
Good, thanks,
How's
mate.
it going, boys?
Welcome.
Oh, good.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Right. So the face that we have got that is extra on the screen is TV's and BBC Radio Wiltshire's Tim Weeks. He invited myself and Stuart to go on his radio show, and because we're a bit cheeky, we said, "Do you want to come on ours? Come on our little show." So. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the absolute madness that is the Subbuteo show. Let's get straight into it. Talk to us about why Subbuteo, because we all think that we're the only ones that are into it. To find out there's someone else, it's a bit odd for us.
Well, look, firstly, thanks for having me. It's great to be here with you. So thank you. I've been loving it. Week after week, I love what you're doing. I'm going to try and keep up the standard. I don't want to ruin it for you. Okay?
You couldn't make it any worse.
That's why I feel safe. I feel safe tonight. Look, I'm from a football family. My dad's an Arsenal nut. You're an Arsenal man when you're born into this family. And I know. It hurts me as well at the minute too. But
yeah, it's not fun.
I remember it was Christmas '89 when it all started for me. I remember just before Christmas, one of my best mates got a Subbuteo set. It was an England-Scotland team he had in there. And I went round his house and I saw, just as soon as I saw it on the floor, the pitch, the two teams, I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I was running home. I wanted a Subbuteo set for Christmas. Dad, straight away, I could imagine his eyes are like lightening up because he's desperate, I reckon, for his 7-year-old boy to be playing Subbuteo with him. So I knew he played it as a kid because I remember seeing his old heavyweights at my granddad's house in the attic. I remember him getting the old Arsenal 16 down and showing me. And I remember Christmas was coming, '89, and '89 is a good year for Arsenal. So it was full of football. It was full of football. We were all feeling good in the Weeks family that year. And I remember seeing under the tree so vividly, I saw the little boxes, I saw the shape, so I knew for a couple of weeks I was getting young Subbuteo set. Opened it up, fell in love with it. 4 teams, I can remember the 4 teams. I got an Arsenal, I got a Brazil, an Argentina, and Germany, which is
these all would have been lightweights, yeah?
All lightweights.
It's all right, Callum. You can like lightweights for this portion of the show, mate. It's allowed, all right?
There was no eBay or auctions to buy the heavyweights then, I think. He had to go to the toy shop and get me the lightweights. And like thinking back, you don't think about it at the time, but thinking back, that's so my dad, he wouldn't buy me another British team. He had to buy me Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I would be like. Yeah.
There's no Chelsea or Man United in our house. Arsenal.
Yeah, so I'm painting my son a team every year, and I've done him a Leicester, and then all the other teams are foreign teams. He's not having any more British teams.
Exactly. That's it. That's what yeah. And I just fell in love with it. I remember, I could see it's like the nostalgia of Subbuteo when it's your number one game as a kid. I remember in my summer holidays when I'd been 7 or 8, my dad would come home at lunch from work and he would be making sure I had the pitch and the teams laid out so that if he had 45 minutes, he could literally come straight home and we'd have a 45-minute game of Subbuteo.
You played 45 minutes? What were the scores? The scores must have been insane.
All I remember was, and I'm the same with my kids as my dad was with me, he'd never let me win.
Yeah.
God, bring you up right.
Yeah, well, I think it was good. Because when I did beat him when I was like 12, boy, did that feel good. It was amazing. And I get back because now when I play my 10-year-old son, I am battering him all over the place.
Proper order. You have to learn them early.
Yeah.
I've got to ask a question about the pitch because, guys, I don't know if you've ever listened to the Finger Flicking Good podcast, Tim. Fantastic podcast. So good. I've done an interview with Derek the other day. One of the questions he asked me, I don't know if he's asked you boys as well, was your pitch on a table or was it on the floor? Tim, where was your pitch?
It was always cloth pitch on the floor.
It should be.
We would be like doing this, like moving up, doing all that at every little bit. As flat and beautifully as possible. But yeah, it was the minimum really. It was cloth on the floor, on the carpet.
Callum, you definitely had yours on a board on a table, didn't you?
Yeah, we had two. We had two pitches. We had 2 pitches. Yeah,
two tables, 2 pitches or 2 tables.
2 tables, 2 pitches.
That's
In my
what you're up
dad's house.
against,
My
Stuart.
mum and dad weren't together, so my brother had a pitch in his room on a table, and then I had a pitch in my room at my dad's house. I didn't live with my dad; I was only there on a weekend, so it got a lot of use on the weekend for sure. But yeah, I was a table man. Yeah.
I always wanted the table. I was always envious of my friends growing up who had the table, or the dads that had put it on a board, like on a chipboard or something.
That's what my friend had. He had it on chipboard, and I remember just going around
mine's
his
on chipboard.
house.
Yeah.
We never played it. But I remember just going around his house, and it would always just be stood up behind his bed, and I'd be just envious, like he's got Subbuteo on a board.
Yeah.
Now I'm grown up and looking at it, I think that must have played so badly because it was the sort of 90s pitch on chipboard. Like it must have been awful to play.
Oh, what
as an 8-year-old,
pitch, the nylon.
Yeah,
pitch,
as an 8-year-old, I'm like, this kid's got it. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, do you agree that it's a class thing then? Do you agree that the working class played on the floor and the upper class played on tables?
Well,
do you agree with Derek's?
The fact that Callum's the only one with a collar on.
I'm just trying to bring some class to it now. The thing is, I mean, I remember this question from Derek, and the thing is, I don't want to answer it on here because I've answered it on the podcast. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I have answered that question as to how and why I had tables, and it's not. I don't think it's because we were upper class. Like my dad was a farmer, so like we're definitely not upper class. But yeah, so I was quite lucky in Subbuteo terms to get it on a table.
I know what you done. You played your 2 parents against each other.
Absolutely not. I didn't have anything at home. In my house I lived in Monday to Friday, whatever. I didn't have Subbuteo at home at all. So it was literally, for me, that's probably why I love it so much, because I only got it 2 days every 2 weeks. So 2 out of 14 days, I had it. So I would be like all over it, playing leagues, playing games, doing all sorts. And then I wouldn't be able to do it for another 2 weeks. So I think that's where my love for it comes from. I think if I had it all the time, I probably wouldn't love it as much as I do now. So it was a good thing in a way, I think, for that, because it's kept me into it.
Yeah. So Tim, when
that collection behind you, did you stop with Subbuteo for a while, or have you always been picking up teams, growing the collection, or did you come back to it at a later age?
Being an auctioneer, I see so much, and I'm always picking up new things. You know, like we said before we started, that I've got Paul pottery that I'll suddenly go through for a couple of years. The one consistent, I mean, if you could see behind you, I've got the Hasbro wrestling figures set up on the wall there. I've got my
hero.
Stuart just lost his head.
They're all up there. Yeah. I've got the cardigan ones, everything. I've got turtles behind me.
Oh, it's getting better. Tim, I'm coming around your house.
Yeah, I've got them everywhere. One consistent though has been Subbuteo, where I just couldn't ever get rid of. I've got friends, because I've played football all my life as well, and I've got great
What position do you play?
Centre midfield, number 10.
Oh, that's not centre midfield. That's attacking creative midfield.
Not when I'm in the team, it's not. But
fair enough.
Subbuteo has been the one consistent. All the things I love and collect, which there are sometimes I'll collect something for a couple of years and then I'll move it on, and I've had enough of it. Subbuteo is the one thing I can never ever let go of, and it's just slowly keeps growing. And then sometimes I have a period where I'll just buy loads for like 3 months, and I'm just like, every day there's like a little green box arriving in the post.
Yeah.
And then I'll stop for a couple of years, and I won't pick up any new teams, and then I get the buzz to start buying some more and collecting again. It just all makes sense and comes together. I think, yeah, I just need some more of this. But yeah, it's the one thing I know I will never, ever, ever be able to get rid of. I've got to have it. And it just makes me feel good seeing all those boxes and that logo. I just love it. I could just.
So are they your original teams?
Only about 2 of them original. And I've got a couple of my dad's heavyweights. I've got 3. I've got my dad's Bishop Auckland, Barcelona.
Bishop Auckland, yeah.
And Arsenal. I've got his original ones. Those, because the thing is, actually, I listened to you, Stu, talking about you like it being played with, you like the boxes having the writing on.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Really? You're a pristine man.
Yeah, I want to go into a shop like it's just got dust all over the building, and it's like they closed the door in 1990.
Oh, we all
who
want
wouldn't want to do that though?
We all want that.
Yeah,
100%.
My problem with all this, that's a really lovely sentiment, Tim, that you're getting all these teams. My problem is, what chance has anyone else got the auctioneers of buying the Subbuteo? The bargain hunter experts are after Subbuteo. This is a disaster for anyone who collects.
Yeah, but you can't work out the prices anymore, though, can you?
No.
I don't know what anything's worth anymore.
So on that, has anyone on Bargain Hunt ever been around and bought some for the show?
I have. Yeah.
You have? No. But when someone's on it, so when any of the teams or whatever, any of the teams that have been on it have actually gone, oh yeah, I'll get that and chuck that in an auction.
Yeah, I had a father and son team who bought it was a 60s starter set.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I think it was Continental or a Floodlight. They bought a box set. The problem is because you're buying it at retail at the fairs when you're Bargain Hunt. Subbuteo is I think it goes either way, that you can either find an absolute steal when you're buying Subbuteo. If someone's on a house clearance maybe, and they're just chucking it out and they just think it's no good, and they don't know the difference between a heavyweight Arsenal or a heavyweight Palermo, whatever it might be, and they just think, oh, they're a £5 a piece. We know we can win that, but then there's also the toy dealers who we bought this set off. He knew what it was. I think we paid about 45 quid. The problem is
just standard reds and blues.
Standard reds and blues. I was excited. Subbuteo on Bargain.
I would have been excited, but it's a tough sell to get more than 45 quid for it.
Yeah.
They loved it too. We went for it. We followed our hearts, and that's
you have to
on the show.
Yeah.
Heart, and I hope you get lucky. We weren't lucky. No.
I suppose it's
someone else get a bargain then?
Specialist auction, isn't it? You can't go into a general auction. It's got to go into a toy auction.
That's it, and that's the way it is. And sometimes it might just get missed. When you're right, if it's the only toy in the 1,000 lot sale, it might get missed, however good it is. And this one got missed a little bit. I think we lost about a tenner, maybe. Yeah,
that's not too bad, I suppose. Could be worse.
Pretty good for Bargain Hunt, to be honest.
Could be worse. So of all your stuff then, of all your stuff in your collection, before we get into talking about, like, we're going to get all your opinions on what we've already gone over in the series so far. Yeah. Like, of your collection, what's your favourite bit? What's your favourite piece that you got?
I love my Arsenal heavyweight. Was my dad's, and I just don't like my granddad playing it with him. I love that. I love this sort of nice to it.
Is it white outer, red inner?
Yes, it is. It is.
Classic. Best way. It's the best way around to have an Arsenal.
Exactly. And I love it, and it looks beautiful, and I love that red and white. It's just classic. So I love that. For moving later on, I love the Argentina, Brazil, West Germany. Were my first teams, non-Arsenal, but I love purple, and I think purple on a Subbuteo figure is just the best. So I've got about 5 different Fiorentinas, and purple, white, and white and purple, and the all white with the purple tops.
Yeah.
I've just got such a soft spot for Fiorentina purple, like you've got behind you, like that shirt, that classic. The
guy was a god, so yeah, got to be up.
I actually got the lightweight version of that shirt in a box set that I bought from Oxfam, which was a £10 box set, and I didn't know which teams were in it. I just opened it and it had that.
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Callum, for the people that are watching, show them what shirt it is, because they can only see the back of it.
It's the Nintendo.
It's the Nintendo feeler number. And you asked me earlier, and I'm not even going to try and blag it on the show. No, it's not authentic. It's a modern retake of the shirt. So I couldn't afford a real one. They're very expensive now, especially with his name on the back of it. Jesus.
Yeah, definitely. Tim, I want to ask you, when you grew up with Subbuteo, loved it, and now you're a toy expert, auctioning toys, antiques and that. Is it Subbuteo that got you into it, or is it just coincidence that that's what you went into and you ended up loving this classic toy?
Well, my dad was an auctioneer, so I used to go and watch him auctioneer when I was like 8, 9, 10. I kind of hated it at the time because you want to be at home watching cartoons. I was sat beside the rostrum getting dragged to an auction when I was 8. But I'm like a collector, and I just loved it. I was the kid who would be keeping my teams perfect, and if a mate came round and he started pulling the white polystyrene boxes out, I'd be like, slow down. I was like, Sammy, mate, you're gonna rip.
Earlier on, I was thinking, I want to come around your house and play with your wrestling figures and your Turtles figures. You don't want me to come around and play with your figures.
Not a chance. So, and then it's the same, like your Panini stickers, like my Italian 90 stickers. I've been collecting that, and I want it all perfect. So I was always of that mentality that I was just kind of like that collecting mentality. So definitely Subbuteo started it off, and my love for football and the fact it was football and a toy, which usually doesn't mix. Like there aren't
most other football games for the toys are rubbish.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, whereas Subbuteo, it just breaks the mold that it's a toy that's sport related that just, well, you know better than me, the collectors are just nuts like myself, and it's just the best. It's just the best toy. So definitely it was a starting point for me. Yeah.
You still play?
Not enough, not very often. I mean, I'll persuade the kids every now and again to give me a game, and it's hard because you go 4-0 up after 5 minutes, and then they've had enough, and I can't let them. I can't play properly. How can I miss on purpose?
It's hard to do.
Can't.
And if they start complaining about it not being realistic, Southampton have shipped 2 seasons running, so you can say, hey, look, it's like real football. What can I do?
Exactly.
What can I do? Right, so let's get into it then. Let's hit you with the first show that we did. So the first show that we did was what is the best official Subbuteo team. It could have been from any era, so it was original heavyweight, lightweights, Hasbros. So it could have been from anyone then. We had a split decision on this. We ended up picking we didn't. We picked Sampdoria was the winner, which was the lightweight Sampdoria, I believe.
Yeah.
But because we're making the set, we had like a joint winner because we're going to be putting the 2 teams in the set. So technically, Sampdoria was the winner. Plymouth came in second, so they're both going in the set. What would you have down as being the greatest official Subbuteo team that they ever made?
I mean, you know, this is so hard to throw that on me.
Yeah, I was going to say, putting you right on the spot there.
You would have had a week to think about that.
We did have about a week, yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of research as well. We had books out, catalogues out, a lot.
There you go. I mean, what comes to... I mean, there's something about that 1990 Germany for me. You know, where they had the full flag across.
Is that the West Germany you had as well? Is that the one you had? Or did you have the one before that?
That was my first one.
Classic kit.
Is that the design? Sorry, is that the design that they redid? Or is it the one that's like the actual whole bib design? Or was that later? You know, they had the one that was like all the feathery design.
This one here.
I think you're on about, was that 94 that had the big wings or something?
Maybe I'm thinking later.
That's 99.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what, the one Stephen had or the one Stuart had?
The one that Stuart's got.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's kind of the one I thought you were on about, but then my head, when you went the whole front of the shirt, my head went, oh, did he mean the...
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
That for me, I love classic. I've always had, and this is weird, but if I went, so that's probably my lightweight, although I've got a huge soft spot for the lightweight Peru.
Why the lightweight Peru and not the heavyweight Peru?
Oh, wait, I've got that too.
Lightweight's a better, Callum, that's why. Lightweight's a better.
Hey, shut up. I'm talking to Tim, not you.
Yeah. On the heavyweight, it's too much white.
There you go.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah.
Look at that.
And look how much white is on there.
Oh, well, that's a heavyweight one. So I kind of, they do look a bit fatter.
I'm sorry, Tim. I don't want to disagree with you as being the special guest, but
he's gonna.
The point you just made about there's too much white on them. There's loads of white on that lightweight.
No, but haven't we got? Hasn't the lightweight got the red down the sleeve as well?
Yeah.
So that for me just gives it just pops a bit more. That red pops more, and because of the paper strip, it just gets lost a little bit compared to the printed one.
I tell you what, I'll let you off. On the lightweight version, does the sash go onto the back? Did they get that right? Because on the heavyweight it doesn't, and it should have done.
Yeah.
Did they recover themselves when the lightweight one came out?
Yeah.
I can't get out of things. So.
Oh, the suspense.
Is it on the back? Yeah. It's fair enough. All right. It's proper Peru, that one. I love that is proper Peru. I'll give you that.
There you go.
Hold on.
Lazy.
What's he? Sorry?
The heavyweight makers were just lazy. They didn't bother painting down the back.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew, mate. I would never call... See, this is something that really irritates me, and I brought this up already. I don't know if I should say it. People have started using Kent style for lazy painting, and it really winds me up because the outworkers for Subbuteo were definitely not lazy. They worked there. They had to do a lot in not a lot of time.
But they didn't paint any white. They used the original plain plastic. So
yeah, well, why wouldn't you do that? That's called efficiency. It's called efficiency. Why would you paint something white that's already white? This is nothing for another show.
But I
What's
think we all
your
need
around.
What's your feel
Go
like?
on.
You should be sat there with a brandy or something. You've got a roaring fire, a nice leather
Tell
armchair.
them we beer Moretti. I don't have any brandy.
I think we all need to take stock here and just pause, because Callum has admitted that a lightweight is better than a heavyweight.
That's true.
It was always
That-
going to
that
happen.
kit
It was
is-
always
that
going to
kit
This
happen.
has
yeah.
never happened, ever.
Well, the kit's right. So if something's right, the thing is, they never did it with Argentina. They took ages to get Argentina right, and that one's
Yeah,
out.
it's awful.
But
Yeah.
if the kit is right, then you go, all right, well, fair enough. I understand why you like it. I would still personally rather have the heavyweight version, but that kit's right, so it's better, isn't it? Because it's actually the right kit. So you can't really, argue with it. You know what I mean?
Did
That's
we have
also
that?
one of
Wasn't
one
Go
of the few teams where the lightweight is much more expensive than the heavyweight, or has been in the last 6 months. Yeah.
I'll tell you something that's always a bit weird. You know, like a Ref 55 team is like ridiculously expensive. Do you know how many statuettes they had of 55?
What,
100.
purple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So statuette 55s were common as anything about 15 years ago. People had loads of them. They're not that rare, but the team
Why?
is. So
Yeah.
don't know. The team was super rare, or not super rare, but it's one of the rarer ones. Because most people, as a kid, you've gone, I don't know anyone who plays in purple. I don't want that. So it doesn't get out. But for some reason, there was loads of Fiorentina statuettes kicking around like 15 years ago. 55 Anderlecht rather kicking around. It's weird how that works in some things. Like some rosettes of like common teams are really rare, but the teams there's loads of them. It's weird how that kind of.
I don't know why anyone would want a rosette though. It's the most pointless.
Yeah, I know how you-
Why
I
didn't I bring
know
this
how you-
up? Why didn't I bring this up in the bad accessory? Look at it. I was
Rosettes are
so
cool.
disappointed. I was so disappointed when I
I
bought
think the
that.
rosettes are pretty cool. What do you reckon, Tim, with the rosettes? Do you think they're cool or not that cool?
I haven't got a single one. I haven't got
You
one.
haven't got any.
No.
What about statuettes? You got any statuettes?
No, none. No, the closest we've got is we've got a Royal Dalton Arsenal figure.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Of course you have.
That's as close as stuff.
Did you see that video? Did you see the video it done the rounds on Facebook the other week of Stephen Morton, where he was playing Subbuteo with the Royal Dalton figures?
No, oh nice, was he?
That was so funny because he's flicking them, spinning them, and then all of a sudden he flicks one down the whole pitch. It hits, just gets stuck on the pitch and just snaps. It was just like,
Oh, mate.
but only Stephen could be like, oh, well, get the glue out.
The best way to be, I think. Best way to be. So you're putting forward the Germany 90 kit as being the best one.
Germany 90. It's, I mean, on the spot. I mean, obviously, when this is done, I'm going to get my catalogues out and I'm going to go, oh, yeah, I meant that. But right now, on the spot, the iconic Subbuteo, especially because it applies to me and how I started, 1990 Germany, yeah.
I think that'll be a popular choice. I think
Yeah,
a lot of people did comment with that one when we did the show in the first place.
I think we might have mentioned this during the show as well, but it's one of them kits that everyone likes as well as an actual football shirt. It's one of them things that everyone sees it and it's instantly recognisable as well. You know who it is as soon as you see it. Yeah, so that's cool.
People love it. I remember wearing it a couple of years ago. I wore that kit a couple of years ago during the World Cup at work, and I expected people to give me stick for it, and I got not one bit of stick. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's such a good kit."
It represents an era of football, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Before they ruined it with technology.
I would love to give you a stick about that jersey you're wearing tonight, but everyone would turn on me.
What's that? Which one?
My one.
The Olympic one.
The Olympics one. Do you not like it? What's it?
I'm only joking. It's because it's English and I'm Irish.
Okay, fair enough.
Political, you see. It's
Four
political.
four against one. I wouldn't stand a chance.
This kit, you know what? How is this kit 8 years old? 9 years old?
Because it came out in 2012.
No, but seriously, that does not seem like that long ago that I bought this. It seems like a few years ago. Like, classic football
shirts. Did you get it brand new? Did you get it brand new?
Yeah, I bought it brand new. I reckon. Give it a couple of years. I was selling this £300 on classic football shirts.
I don't.
You wouldn't sell it, would you?
They would sell it for £300.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true.
Try and find the away kit. That's a rare kit.
Yeah, bet it is.
Yeah, because the men never wore the away one, did they? The women did.
I don't think they did, no.
Because I painted that kit. I painted the home kit twice, I want to say, and I had to paint the away kit for someone as well. But yeah, the men never wore the away kit. You
can actually buy two of the kits that are being worn tonight in official Subbuteo. So the Great Britain kit and the Nigeria kit that Tim's wearing are both available for the La Legenda Platinum range in Italy. Can't get them over here, but you can get them. Yeah.
Hold that thought. I'll get you the one I've got on and all. without falling
He's got
over.
red trousers on as well. He's like kind of like Ken Bailey, isn't he, Stu?
Little lunges.
He's come dressed as Ken Bailey.
Where is it? No, he has blue trousers.
Oh, does he?
Sorry,
Oh, you've got,
blue
you've got it the
trousers.
wrong way around.
There's,
Yeah,
there's,
maybe not
there's,
this bit.
His bubble hat.
there's your GB one. I don't know how good the light is.
Not tremendous. It looks cool. There's not enough red on that GB. There should be more red on there, shouldn't there?
He's got red trim on the top of the socks. He's got red collar and red cuffs.
Can't really see it on the thing. It's a
No,
nice
I mean,
kit, isn't it?
The badge detail on it's really good. But that one's just, look at that. That's just sexy, isn't it?
They're really good
Yeah.
teams. They're really good teams.
So sexy. It's a shame they play like useless.
Oh, I
Not
think
this
that's
again.
just- I think that's just
not
used
this
to.
again.
Probably.
Right, before we get hung up too much more on teams, go over that. The next episode we did was balls. Now, we came up with, I think I actually got my way with this one. We had the little free paneler, the tiny one, like the back in the day small one, the old FFs. I think I got my way with this
Are you
one
sure?
because
Are you sure? Is this
No.
not the one there was corruption on? No.
I
The
thought
orange
we said
tango one.
Tango.
oh no, we did go tango, didn't we? Did we have playability and aesthetics though? Did we have a two thing for this as well?
I think a lot of people said they were very playable.
I think we did end up splitting the show into the best playable ball and the best looking ball. And Tango's, I mean, I think, you know. I
Won
think
both.
Tango's
Won both.
best.
I'm sure it did.
Did it really? Oh, well, I didn't get my way then. Excellent. Thanks for that.
Well,
Whatever.
Yeah, because you won
Whatever
the
then.
silly little ball, didn't you?
Whatever then, Tim. So, you know, you just say what you think is the best ball, mate. Whatever.
Well, look, I don't care about the playability because I'm playing 10-year-olds, so it doesn't matter because I'm with whatever I play with. So
Okay.
all about how it looks for me. Aesthetic ability is what I want, not the playability.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tango, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
White Tango, not the orange. Or the
Ooh.
Not the orange.
Oh, oh.
Controversial.
That's football to me. In 1988, 89, when I was really, I was going to Highbury every week, that is just like how I feel when I was watching on telly. That in my head, rightly or wrongly, that's the memory in my head. That white ball, that was the ball I had in the garden. You get the flyaways. I would have like a replica of that.
Flyaway. Is that a 99p floater? What I would call it.
Floater.
It's a flyaway. It's a flyaway.
It's so funny. It's so funny how different. Everyone has a name for that ball, but it's always different depending on.
Ours was a blowaway. We called it a blowaway.
Blowaway.
The others was a 99p floater. So you're going with the white Tango, not the yellow Alicante, and not the España or whatever it's called.
No, white.
See, I would have yellow ahead of white, but white in second. I'd have orange third, I think, if I was ranking.
I'd have the yellow one first. That yellow one is just, it's so crisp. The colour of it's just so beautiful.
That's it. Dead silence. Well done, guys.
I'll see you later, then, boys. I'll catch you all very soon.
That's it, dead silence. To be fair, that is one of the easy ones to pick. I think we all knew we were probably going to go Tango because it is without a doubt. I mean, I think it's one of the best looking footballs ever made, let alone studio balls.
I'm going to go there. Tim, why not Italian Auntie?
It's up there. I mean, I put it level with the orange Tango as my second.
Oh,
Really?
It's the nostalgia. That was the beautiful I would have been playing with. I like the red, blue, and black Mitres as well. I like those.
Yeah, classic.
Big fan.
Classic. Yeah.
I've got a little treat for everyone.
Oh, you've got one of the
Euro 96.
Yeah.
With the replica on the back.
Is that the one with the replica bit on the back?
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw this, Tim. We talked about balls on the show, and Subbuteo actually designed the Euro 96 ball for tournament, and then obviously changed their mind at some point and made a different one with just the words Euro 96 on the much smaller logo. And we thought that one from the catalogue just never existed as a complete ball. And someone actually put one on eBay a few weeks ago. And it was somebody who worked for Subbuteo at the time. They were one of the product testers. And he just pocketed it. He had no interest in Subbuteo. He just liked football. And his mum had put it on eBay without telling him. And obviously she got hundreds of people commenting and asking for prices and things. He ends up taking it off and putting it back on and raising some money for charity alongside it. And I think it went for £350 because I think it's the only one of its kind.
But a single ball. It was a myth for years. A myth.
Yeah. But somebody's made replicas, so it does actually have replica on the back, so I can't go selling it on eBay, unfortunately.
I need to ask you a question about that, and I know you're not going to test it, but how easy is that to get off? Because I feel like it's still pretty dangerous because I feel like people will start buying them and just trying to get that off.
Yeah.
I think if you do wear it off, is it not going to scratch or leave a mark? It's going to leave something, right?
No, that's what I mean. I've never tested it.
The balls are brand new.
Well.
They're not exactly the same, and there's pretty strong evidence that there is only one in existence.
So I've got some news on the back of what we're talking about and people re-releasing stuff. You know, the League Cups that went out that got produced on eBay, and we was like, these are going to... I've actually seen pictures of them, and they do look different to the real League Cup. They've got a different base on, so you can tell the difference. They
did say that they were going to change that, though, so it'd be black faces. They're going for basically an exact copy, which I'm not really too keen on.
He sent me pictures of them. The base is half the size, so it is different. So hopefully you'll be able to tell the difference. He sent me a load of pictures of them.
But could you not? I'm just being a devil's advocate here. Could you not just take the trophy off that base and stick it on another base?
No, the handles are. You know where the handles are really brittle on the League Cup. They're thicker in the picture. They do look thicker. So I think if you knew what you were looking at, you'd be able to spot the difference.
That's cool.
I think he sent me the pictures because I keep trolling every sort of post saying, "What are you going to do about it? How are people going to know?"
Tim, do you have a League Cup?
When you talk about this, doesn't this make you worry? And like Callum, for you love your heavyweight, as a collector, I feel so much safer buying lightweight than I do.
And I completely understand that. I get a lot of people ask me the same thing, and I'm like, at the end of the day, if it's on eBay, you can't guarantee it. There's some people on eBay that people know are a bit dodgy. We were talking about it the other week. People that are restoring things, or you'll see one person that's got like a little run of like quite rare teams, and it's like so on eBay you can't guarantee it, and even if you see it in your hand, you still can't guarantee it because people have been faking them for so long. And people, I have some people that are extremely good at it. Like they will paint them, they'll wear them, they'll manage to get that sort of greasy shine on them that some heavyweights get. They'll get that random little red tinge, and they're unbelievably good at it. So there is, unless you bought it when you bought it, like back in the day, or you know the provenance of it, it's so difficult to 100% guarantee your heavyweight. So I totally understand. So I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they were saying, well, at least if I'm buying lightweights, I know it's not fake. And I'm like, but unless it's a hand-painted lightweight, obviously. So like, at least I know that it's going to be legit. And I can totally get on board with that. It makes complete sense.
But I think because I see a lot of reference number stickers are changing now, and you can tell they're not original.
Yeah.
As soon as I see one of those, move on.
But again, there are some people that are very good at faking. People have been faking it for ages. I remember once, I think I've told this on the channel before, about a bloke called Paul Wilkinson made a, 102 Crystal Palace. He made a 102A, which was the same kit design, but he'd done it in Bradford City colours. And he only had 8, and he made a fake box with a fake reference sticker. He'd aged the sticker. Honestly, it went mental. And he took it off eBay and then just went, look, it was just a joke. I just did it. And he still had people from Italy, all over the world going, I want it, I want it, I want it. So if you can fake it really well and you're good at it, then all them things can be done. The only thing that can't really be faked that well, I think, is boxes, because they do brand new boxes they're so obviously to spot. But things like stickers can definitely be faked, and teams are really different. And rebasing teams, like all these random base combinations you see, if you're good at it, you can just pop a team out, put it in another set of bases, and no one's any the wiser. I would never call it a fake, personally, because it's not. It's still official Subbuteo. Technically, all you've done is gone, all right, I'm just moving them over to there, but it's still not original. So there's a lot of minefield sort of areas for heavyweight, for sure.
I wouldn't buy any heavyweights now on their own. I'd only ever pick them up if I picked them up in a job lot and they were just in it. I would never directly go out and think, right, I'm buying that heavyweight, because it's just too dangerous.
Yeah.
Too dangerous. I know for a fact I've got, from when I first started collecting, I've got fake heavyweights over there. It just is what it is. People repaint everything. It's devastating. But,
and that's why you should always buy brand new replica heavyweights, everybody. Like, you don't fall down the rabbit hole of buying fake ones.
Or just buy lightweights.
Just a little thing.
Just keep pushing the prices up for these boys.
It actually talks about the Subbuteo special service, I think it was called, where they did actually take orders for unique teams. So shops could write in, they could order a minimum of 50 and get anything painted they wanted, and it actually had little columns so you could fill in which colours you wanted. And there's a guy on the Subbuteo forum who actually said, he sent off all the time. He paid an extra 75p or something for a team, and he got all his school teams painted and fantasy teams that he'd done. And they're all official Subbuteo, but they're
Very
not in any
difficult to prove.
catalogue.
Very, very difficult to prove it, though.
There's no
Yeah,
way
this
of
is
it.
what I was thinking when I read your newsletter when you sent that out, and all I could think about is how do we know if someone says, "Oh, it's special service"? How do you know or not know? You have no
just
proof
have to-
unless you've got an invoice with it or a performer. You've got no idea.
I think with some
the
of
best
them,
thing you can do is
they
just
were
be
recreating.
expert in
Sorry,
spotting. The best thing you
Stop
can do is just be an
interrupting,
expert
all
in
right, boys.
spotting
Stop
heavyweight.
interrupting. We've got a guest. We've got a guest. Stop interrupting. Stephen.
Yeah.
I'm done
The
now.
only thing I will say is when they were doing special orders of real kit. So I know there was like a Man City, for example, with having the claret sock tops. My old man's got one of those, and you can kind of get a feel for it. They're still not saying that's 100% legit, but when you can actually see it and look at it, you kind of get a feel and go, yeah, that looks about right. It's not
Tim,
easy, and you can still never guarantee it. But
in your sort of auction role,
Yeah.
do you see things faked as much as we see Subbuteo on eBay? Is it are there other toys where this sort of thing happens, or is it?
Oh yeah,
a lot more often.
But also, I mean, you think of kind of dinky toys, corgi cars. You know, they'll be repainted, and sometimes it's so hard. It's so because they're so good. They are so good at doing it. And if you have a model that no one's ever seen in pink, you've got like a pink car with maybe they put blue hubcaps on them, and there's never been a colorway like that before. The market can go crazy, and I mean, it's very hard to prove it. If the paint job is very, very good, you just got to you've got to let people decide and go. You know, you show it there, you photograph it, you tell them exactly what there is, and you've kind of got to satisfy yourself when you see something like, look, we've never seen a pink with blue. You've probably never seen a pink with blue. So does that set the alarm bells ringing that you think, oh, I don't know? But the key thing is, as an auctioneer, I get to see where it's coming from, unlike eBay. So for me, it's like you talk about, you know, the provenance that you see. Like I've got a box of Subbuteo that I haven't opened yet that's been sent in. I know it was his collection as a kid. So whatever I open, it's like 20 teams, whatever teams, not that I'm going to end up buying them because I'm selling them for him, but whatever I see in that box, I know it's the real deal. It's legit. I'm not going to find a painted Anderlecht 55 in there, you know, that was a Leeds United or whatever. I know it's good, you know. It's good.
Oh, Ref 21's prices have shot up because the amount of people that have done that. That's funny that you've used them as a reference. Of course, you're telling me you've got a box of 20 odd teams there you've not opened yet.
No.
Can we do a Zoom call when you open it so I can see it?
And how do you have that discipline to not do that?
I don't. I've just been so busy. It's just really. I've been doing radio shows and TV's back now. Everything's starting again. I'm desperate to do it. I'm desperate, but I've just got this list. I've got to wait. And also, it's a little carrot for me to get through the stuff that doesn't excite me quite as much because I know that purple box is waiting for me.
I'd be stealing that carrot.
How is all four of you boys here tonight when the pubs are open in England? That's all I want to know.
haven't been, mate.
It's cold, Watsie. It's absolutely freezing.
Big coat, hat in the pub.
Trust me, it's not all it's cracked up to be, Randy.
I might well be the only person in this channel who's not bothered. I don't go to the pub anyway.
Nor do I. Don't drink.
Hey, don't drink.
I need to get you on more often. You got a lot in common with us, boys. Cool. So let's get back on topic, boys. I love it when we go off topic, but let's get back on topic. The next one we did was goal nets or goals. So goal specific, not necessarily the nets, because we've established this. Subbuteo just copied a couple of goals and put different nets on them, and even then we still managed to pick one. They just copied.
So you call them nets, don't you? You call goals nets.
Yeah.
Nets, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were looking at individual designed goals and what one you reckon is the best. Just what one's your favourite, basically. It could be the best goal on the region.
No pressure. No pressure.
Favourite goal. If you say the Mundials, we're cutting it right now.
No. I think this is easy. It's Italian goals.
See, the man's got sense.
So essentially, you're saying Italian 90, you're saying 94, and Euro 96 goals are the best.
I know.
No, they're good. They could reuse them.
No, because look, the box for the Italian 90 is a great box with that sticker on as well. So when you
you're right.
Box as a collector compared to the Euro 96 box, it's hands down Italian 90. Great box because I love a box.
He's right.
I'm not even. We had this argument. We've had this argument already. I'm not going to get involved.
I mean, he's took it to another level by talking about the box.
Yeah.
The box is a work of art.
It is.
Those the championship goal box.
No, it's not. Because that doesn't say Italia 90 on it.
Well, no, because it wasn't in
Just
Italian.
the accessory, please.
It has
We're
a
all
flower
here.
on it.
Right, now the next one was pitch. So what's your best or favourite pitch to play on or look at? Or
It's really hard because I've persuaded my kids to get excited about building a stadium. Mm-hmm. We're going to work on that, and we're doing AstroTurf pitch. So it's Subbuteo AstroTurf pitch. But when I talk of my favourite, it's really hard not to say the bog standard cloth starter set pitch.
Original Baser, yeah.
That's got all the nostalgia for me. And I love it. That's my memory. If I'm talking about Subbuteo in 20 years' time, I'll be talking about a cloth pitch, not an AstroTurf pitch. So if I was going to play now, there's no way I've got a cloth pitch out. I just wouldn't. I get the AstroTurf pitch out. I've got 2 behind the computer, and I get one of those out and play them. But I kind of want to say the cloth pitch. Because
that's the right answer.
That is the right answer, yeah.
We're not doing it.
What do you make of have you seen the new pitches that Subbuteo brought out last year, like the winter pitch?
Yeah.
And the Champions League. What do you make of them?
I like the idea of the winter one because it brings, again, I like the nostalgia. Because, look, I've got to be honest, I've fallen out of love with football a little bit the older I'm getting.
That's just being an Arsenal fan, mate. I'm in it with you.
I know.
It's just what happens.
If we won the league in 2 years' time, I'm sure I'll love it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got right off it. But I like the winter pitch because it's the memories again. Because it feels like, unless it's an FA Cup third round, you're not going to see a snowy pitch too often. But
you can't use a white tango on that, though.
No.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Shots fired from Stephen. Shots fired from Stephen. That's the first time Stephen's actually fired a few shots over the old bounce there.
Yeah. He knows more than me about this sort of stuff. I don't like it.
Okay, so you've got to go on.
On my screen, I'm in the middle of these two, and every now and again, I just want to duck so they can sort of go into each other's screen and have it out of each other.
So I was only going to ask, your 2 Astro pitches you've got there, they are proper Subbuteo Astros, not the new versions they bought.
Yeah, no, they're old.
The original old school version.
Yeah.
I think that's what
we picked. We picked the Astro, didn't we? We did.
Sorry, what's it?
Why did we?
I have an old Astro behind me.
Oh, hang on, let me swipe over and just see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
What are you watching on TV today? What's out of interest, mate?
PSG and Bayern Munich.
What's the score?
I think it's 0-0. I tried to catch it there at half time, but I think it's 0-0.
It's Watsie
That
on the
won't
other
be
screen.
live.
It's like
That won't be live. That won't be
it's like
live
going
for you
Chris
guys.
Kamara.
You keep talking about that.
What's going on? I don't know, Jeff.
He still don't know either, look.
Did someone get sent off?
I thought it was stuff. Right, so yeah, this is we now come on to the stuff where like this is probably the one. I think it might even be our video with the most amount of views. Oh no, it's not. One of the videos with quite a high amount of views. The best and worst accessories series we did. So the accessory could basically be it was anything you didn't use as like a core playing piece. So it wasn't you couldn't use something that would come in a team set. Yeah, and we couldn't have balls and goals. The reason we put the live action keepers in is because they were an extra. They didn't come with sets, so that's why we allowed them to come in. So it was anything that didn't come as part of a team or something like that. So the best accessory they brought out. God,
What won ours vote?
I can't remember.
There's one behind Tim.
Watsie, remind us what one.
Oh, I can't remember. I thought I had it.
Are we still recording?
I don't know what. I can't remember what one. Was it the substance?
Look how angry he is.
It was. And the best thing about it is, boys, and again, you're being very quiet about it today, boys. 2 of you that voted for it have since said, "Yeah, we made a mistake there, haven't we?"
Hold on, I didn't like that changing of your opinions on the radio the other
I know, I'm sorry, but we did make a mistake, didn't we? We've said it before, but it won. It was still the winner, even though I'm like a bad referee. I admit when I'm wrong.
I didn't endorse that decision, so you boys picked that. I fully distanced myself.
Oh, we're a team, mate. We're a team.
Not when we're picking crap like that.
Suck it up. You got to suck it up sometimes.
So Tim, go on. What would you think the best accessory Subbuteo ever brought out?
Best for me is because it has the dream of Subbuteo. It's the dream of when I'd be lining.
He's going to go. Hang on, before he even goes, I think he's going to go with you, Stu. I think you're going to be going. You're losing your head again. I feel it.
I'm right. No, I know I'm right because it is about the dream of what everyone. I mean, if I speak to my mates in their 30s now about Subbuteo and they don't, unless they've not played for 20 years, they'll talk about, I always used to look at the catalogue. I used to want that stadium. I wanted it all there. I wish I could have that. I want that in the attic. So it's got to be. What's the stew? It's the red, blue, grand.
And it's the red and blue as well. Yes.
It's the red and blue. It's the red and blue because the red and blue kind of looks a bit like Villa Park, a bit like Goodison, a bit like Highbury, traditional British stadiums. I want that. That's easy. That's easy. It's the one you found the hardest. That's the easiest one. It's that 90s grandstand. Easy.
It's also a bargain theme for the red and blue.
Exactly.
My argument against the grandstand was nobody could afford a grandstand as a kid. Nobody ever had one. So that was my argument for not putting it forward. My greatest success was something that gave me the most pleasure when you were a kid. So that little dugout or a scoreboard or a fence was something.
I feel the same with that.
If I remember rightly, Watsie, you then voted for the grandstand. I'll tell you what, because all of this, you then still
much like the dugout, you get it out, you put it brings a realism. As a kid, right, you'd get your one grandstand out and you'd put it there, and for that, however long you was playing, that was your stadium.
Yeah.
You put your 50 unpainted fans in it, knock them all over as you're playing, stand them all back up. That was your stadium. Just that one. I remember it, the stand, the terrace behind.
We never had one.
That was it.
We never had a grandstand. I never got a stand.
I didn't have any as a kid.
Until I was in my late 20s, I never got a grandstand.
Even though I'm allegedly the upper class of Subbuteo, I never had a grandstand. I didn't have a grandstand. I bought loads of Subbuteo fairs, right? And this will really kill you a little bit. I was buying like grandstands for like tenner each. Yeah, and I had enough to do a whole stadium. And I was like, nah, stop that. I'm not doing it. And sold it all. So I think I've still got maybe 3 terrace blocks left, and that's it. I just don't.
I bet they're all green as well, wouldn't they? I bet you've got the green and brown ones.
Yes.
I don't have the stadiums. I've only got the actual terrace block.
Oh, okay.
So the one that you put the ball raising chute underneath. I've got about 3 of those left.
Yeah, I like what I've done with this one because I've taken that out, the blue and red grandstand. I've made it into a single terrace, and holding it up.
Nice.
Is the brown from the old day. Look how disgusting he is. No ball raising shoot. The brown bit from the terrace.
That's out of order, mate. But yeah, so I say I never got the stadium thing. Never interested me at all. Was not something I cared about. So I totally understand why you're saying it. Because when I look at them, I like looking at them. But then when I think, I want one? No. But like Stu's, he's got that one up in his attic that he's rebuilt and building again. I don't think it's ever actually officially opened, Stu, has it?
No, you know what? Because of the loft problems and the Pegasus pit, running track being not great, it's got to set a few brick walls. But 2 more stands. I've got my tunnel coming for a mini soccer build. That looks pucker. And then it's on to speaking to, is it Tiny War Games or Tiny Game Mats, whoever they are?
Tiny War Games, yeah.
Speaking about them, about doing a whole long mat, like the Zawego running track pitch.
Yeah.
I'm talking to them about getting one created for that. So
some of the pictures that guy does are absolutely beautiful as well.
I know.
They're so expensive though. But
I'm thinking I can get my logos in the corner. And it just so happens, she said to me the other day, what do you want for your birthday?
And you've said, this Subbuteo pitch costs about 150 quid. That'll be all right.
On the subject of presents then, Tim, as an antiques expert, does anyone buy you antiques as presents?
Oh, no.
Or is that just too risky?
You see, I think I'm the easiest person to buy presents for because I just love so much stuff. But they're all scared to buy it because they know they'll get the condition wrong or it'll be a fake. So I don't want to say, they might watch this, but I get rubbish.
I was going to ask you earlier, before I go on, you said earlier on, you don't like the boxes with the writing on. So if you got a perfect team in a box that had writing on, what would you do with it? Would you bin the whole lot off, or would you change the box?
It.
Well, I wouldn't be buying it. If someone bought that for me, I would fake pleasure.
But what? Even if the team inside it, which is essentially
not interested.
Oh, that's mad.
No.
But you're telling me, Let's go something ridiculous. Let's say someone
Subbuteo
picks you
FC. Subbuteo FC.
Oh, that's
in
not that rare.
perfect
FC
condition.
Subbuteo is bang average.
Oh, he's quite rare.
Oh,
That's not that rare. Bang
Is it
average
not?
kit you've picked. You could have picked a better kit.
Oh, go on then, 30.
that's a great kit.
It's average though, isn't it?
Brilliant team.
Do I need to go and get my little poster again? Because it's not actually. I haven't got it up today. It's in the other room.
Shameless
Right,
plug.
so someone comes up right with. Let's just pick a team I know is rare. 359, which is ridiculous, right? No one's ever really sure that there's been a proper teams of it, but there's definitely photos of heavyweight players. So if someone came to you with a 359 in a box, someone had written all over, you're telling me you'd go, nah, mate, not interested. Or surely you would be like, I might rebox that.
I don't want it in my collection. Put it that way.
So really, you would never rebox it. You would, even if it was in a ref box. Obviously, you then it's worth more with the ref number. But if it's in a box that's not referenced, right, but you can guarantee that it's original, would you ever consider changing it to a better box, or would you just go, no?
No. I'm not changing boxes. I want
That's crazy.
I want it all as it was done when it was painted, put taken to the shop. I want the whole package together. I'm not interested in anything mix and match. No, not.
Just think of the story that could be behind why it's mixed and matched, though.
And why someone's written all over it.
Yeah, like the dream that's gone into it, the passion of writing the player names on every player, because they meant to putting them back in the box, not just putting them back, making sure, oh yeah, that's Hoddle, that's Waddle, putting them in the right section. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I actually agree with Stu. Me and Stu very rarely agree, but 100%.
The first. This is the first.
Yeah.
Not interested. And I mean, I'll tell you that as well. I have unlimited funds to spend on my Subbuteo obsession, but I'd rather spend 100 quid on mint box perfect than a tenner on 8.5 out of 10. I'd rather spend.
This is where
that's mad.
So different. We're on complete ends of the spectrum on that one. Complete ends.
So would that even be the case, like you were saying with the polystyrene? If there was a team and someone, when you pull the polystyrene, it always got snapped. All my lightweight teams were snapped. Would you bin them off as well, or would you?
I wouldn't go near it. Yeah, if I see a picture and it's got that, not interested.
That's mad.
The only thing I would swap is a goalie. I wouldn't mind replacing a keeper. So if there were 10 outfield players and no keeper, I'm happy to pop a keeper in. But that's it.
So the stuff you've had since you was a kid, is there any breaks in any of that stuff?
So I haven't got a lot of the stuff, my kids, because when just moving house to house, I blame my mum. It went. I don't know where it went. But
Sorry, Tim's mum.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we haven't spoken for 30 years because of it. But no, I mean, I've got a Notts Forest. And
Nottingham Forest. Let's not upset any Forest fans.
Excuse me.
We don't upset anyone else, do we?
As a Leicester fan, that was painful for me to say, but it's Nottingham Forest.
Very respectful.
Nuts.
Notts County, Nottingham Forest.
I got it with 99p in biro been put on the reference sticker. Every time I look at it, it's so perfect. Other than that, every time I look at it, I think I've got to get rid of that.
I'll take it off you for the price on the box.
Yeah.
That's why Tim's interested in reproduction reference stickers, so he can replace that one.
That's mad.
No, I want it perfect.
That's it's crazy how everyone's different, though, isn't it? Like I say, we're all different, and how Stu will literally just love stuff. He'll get everything. Wattsie's different. Yeah, you just stuff. Like I said on the radio, Stu just wants stuff, mate. If it's on its stuff, he wants it. Yeah. I'm always like, I only ever buy heavyweights, and I haven't bought heavyweights for about 4 or 5 months. And even then, I was only buying cheap ones to replace teams that I had as a kid that are damaged or just don't play very well. So if I've got a team that you play with it and it's awful to play with, doesn't sound right, doesn't flick right, I'm like, I've got to get rid of that. The box doesn't really bother me. Like I said, I'm not really bothered, and I don't mind if a box is really battered. I'll just put it in a brand new box. For me, it's all about the kits. Always has been. It's the kits themselves that makes Subbuteo special.
But when you're looking at the kits, they're in the box, so you see in the box as well.
Yeah, but the box isn't most important. The box can be replaced for me. The box can be replaced if I need.
Get them out of the box. Display them somewhere else.
Stick them on the wall. Like
box is a box. Yeah, stick them on the wall. Box is a box.
I want the box. But we know that if we had identical teams, and one was a perfect box, and one had the box and it had like FA Cup winners written on it because they won the kids' tournament when he played. When they put numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 next to where you put the players back in, you know that it's going to double in price for the perfect box because most people are like me and they want it perfect.
Yeah, it's not about the money though. But it's not about the value.
You're not reboxing it, so it would never go back into that box. So it would always be in the rubbish box because you don't want to change it.
No, I wouldn't buy
it. Tim, I like it. I'm enjoying it. This is good. This is very good. All right, then. So another one, and I think we found this more difficult because we could think of a lot of things that Subbuteo got really wrong. It was hard for a completely different reason. Yeah. So the worst accessory that Subbuteo ever made.
Okay. Corner flags.
Ooh.
Really?
Ooh. What you were going to say? Corner kickers?
Yeah. Explain.
What ones? Are we talking these ones or the original ones with a big green bit?
Yeah, so, just any of the corner flags. And I would have got the white with the orange flag when I would have gone in. That, to me, perfect example, when I've gone to the toy shop and I've got my pocket money, I can't afford a team, but I want to buy and all I can really get, I've got the dugout, I've got the corner kickers, I've got the throw-in takers, I'll buy the corner flags. And what do? They kind of get in the way a little bit. They're not that great. They're too big for a corner flag. And I just think they're...
I don't know if they are
too big. I mean, compared to a goal.
Yeah,
that's a goal.
But look at the base compared to the actual weight of the corner.
Right.
But the corner kickers and the throw-in takers are too big for Subbuteo.
Yeah, true.
So is the ball, to be fair.
That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like the corners. Yeah, well, the ball is
like actual corner flags just get in the way because you can't move. Like real life corner flags are essentially just a thing that gets in the way.
No, they don't, because they're only yay big.
Yeah, you look at players. You look at some players, and I think some players, especially left players, are awful at taking corners. We might be better if there was no corner flags. I feel like they're hampering us big time.
It's one of those.
You'll see some.
It's one of those great things when you go to a
how can a corner flag?
It's a corner flag and stays in, and there's like a little cheer in the crowd. That's brilliant. Worth it for that.
Yeah. How can a corner flag get in your way when you're taking a corner? Unless you're
it affects your run up, doesn't it?
Well, no, because if you're using your right foot, you go on the left hand side of it. If you're using
and if it's really windy, that flag's going to be. And if that's in your run up, mate, I'm telling you.
If a corner flag's in your run up, if a corner flag is in your run up, you should not be taking a corner.
Yeah. Or you're playing Sunday league football.
You're trying to take a corner like Happy Gilmore.
Essentially, they just get in the way.
Just running straight at it.
Corner flag.
And also, another thing with the corner flag, when bear in mind, I was playing on the floor as a kid. Most
probably fell over.
Gonna get a knee on and break.
It's probably the most breakable of all the accessories, I reckon.
The worst aspects of the corner flags are the halfway line corner flags.
Yeah,
because you never had that. That was a Sunday league thing, isn't it? You never had that in professional football. I never recall seeing a flag on the halfway line in professional football ever.
No.
So why did they release it? Why did they release 6?
Because bringing out a box of 4 is a bit crap.
Well, they already knew it was the worst accessory. They thought we better chuck a couple more in so they get more. They knew it was the worst. It just took me 30 years to realise it tonight.
I don't think as someone that is building a stadium and likes to put a stadium together and live that dream, I don't think I can accept corner flags.
They're nowhere near worse. They're not. I understand what you're saying, but they're nowhere near.
I don't think I ever had any as a kid.
I never used them. I never had them on the pitch. I used to put them on for display and then take them off when I was playing. I'd never use them to play with because the ball would hit them and stay in play, and that used to irritate me.
Yeah.
How did none of us pick that as our annoying thing? That's our worst accessory.
Because there's 4 other worst accessories.
There is argument for the design flaw. There is a design flaw with them. What they should have made it is, so you did the top bit and it had a little pin on it, went through into a base which was underneath the pitch. So it hit it, and then you'd create. You'd need to get it right. Because that's what the original ones were. The very first ones, like the metal ones that go around like the coil.
The little dish you put the ball in.
Yeah, that could actually go through the pitch and sit.
Yeah, but that wasn't why they did it though. Also, you could put the ball in it, I think.
No, I'm not talking about them ones. Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh, you want about the wire one? No, I know what you're talking about.
The wire ones. That's
yeah.
Because they could go
through. The green, the ones with the green base on, the little
they're
dish,
horrible.
You put the ball in it. And that's before corner kickers, wasn't it? So you could use an actual figure and then get lift.
And they are rubbish.
And then they created corner kickers, which are brilliant, and they actually work.
Watsie, what's your opinion on that, mate?
They don't fit with Subbuteo. They're too big. They're hideous.
Jesus Christ. That's it. That's what she's gone in.
That's
short, sharp, punchy, done, delivered.
Yeah.
Next.
And they are,
So that is actually
compared to a corner flag.
Pretty much. Yeah, I know. Right.
The land
Put
of the
them both in perspective.
Right. The thing you've got to forget about with the corner takers is that actually, if you made it to scale with the rest of the Subbuteo, it wouldn't work at all. Then it would be pointless. Because it's bigger, it creates an actual corner kick.
Look,
you can actually put the ball in the box.
Again,
If you
I'll
made
kind
it
of agree
smaller,
with
it wouldn't
you.
work.
I'll kind of agree with you. That's part of Subbuteo's charm, isn't it? Nothing actually fits.
Mm.
Yeah, it's all a bit.
There's 0-0 scale, and then there's Subbuteo scale, which is kind of like, we just pick and choose.
Yeah.
We do what we
Nothing
want.
matches. Yeah, we don't care.
Do what we want. That pretty much brings us to the end of like our actual Subbuteo talk. Unless you want to get involved on the non-Subbuteo figures, but I don't know if you're really that interested. You don't have.
I've never used anything that's not Subbuteo. Never.
I have.
Would you ever use anything that wasn't Subbuteo?
Struggle big time. The only thing is because now I've got the kids into it, I would feel scared because I'm a collector first and foremost.
Okay.
I'd be scared to play with my teams. So I'm very close to buying a few teams. So like me and the kids all have our own team to play with.
Yeah.
Would not get Subbuteo for that. I'd go elsewhere for that.
Okay, so if you were going to get 3 teams painted, then what are you getting?
Oh, Fiorentina.
Any particular Fiorentina?
Are you fishing for business here, Callum?
Watsie paints. Watsie paints as well.
I'm just interested to know what 3 teams you would pick.
Oh, here, I have something for you, boys. Can you see that? No?
Oh, hang on, let me.
Yeah.
Do you do that? It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Hand of
That's
God.
fantastic. That's amazing.
That's for one of my customers. I had to do 2 of them.
That's very good.
That's cool.
Two shares.
Only because Diego died.
Mate, that's why a lot of Diego Maradona stuff got made, let's be honest. Everyone was cashing in on the crest of the wave, weren't they?
So, can I get onto my carefully prepared auction questions now?
No, because I still want to know.
Whoa, we've had a move around.
Oh, that was me, sorry.
He's now off the right. Just before we do that, I just want to cover that last question. So what fruit do you get a Fiorentina?
Yeah, so if you want to I'd want I think it was 91, 92, where it's white.
Yeah.
It was an Italian brand. I can't remember. It had like an ABC little yellow red logo.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of flash across the top.
Yeah.
That's similar with the 7-Up logo as well. I was one of those.
7-Up.
Holiday 88.
Nice. Yeah. Jesus, you are wanting some difficult teams, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I know. And then it has to be an Arsenal to complete the 3.
Invincibles then, surely?
No.
Bruised banana.
It's either bruised banana or I'd want a 70-71 classic.
I have a bruised banana.
It's just the only thing, I get the 70-71 one, it's just very plain.
Yeah, but it's just beautiful. That red and white is so iconic. I love that.
A bruised banana, you can't go wrong with a bruised banana. That's a proper Arsenal kit.
Just before we go on to Stephen's carefully prepared auction questions, can we just throw to Chris Kamara and find out what the score is in the Bayern Munich PSG game?
There's 1-0 to Munich. They scored before half-time, so it's 3-3 at the minute.
Ooh, tasty. Stephen, go.
PSG, 3 away goals.
Keep us updated, Watsie. Keep us updated.
Yeah, so that anything happens, you'll hear the goals as they go in live.
But you already know.
About 2 days after they've happened. Cool, go on then, Stephen.
I don't actually have any carefully written auction questions, but I do have some auction questions that I put on the fly before.
Okay.
Because I think it's interesting that we're in a sort of Subbuteo bubble on the Facebook groups and doing this, whereas you're sort of out in the real world, selling these things in probably an area that a lot of the collectors don't go near. Because we're not used to auctions, we've never been to auctions and things. Have you seen a similar sort of rise in prices during lockdown of Subbuteo when it comes up for auction?
Yeah, it correlates completely to what we're seeing on eBay and online, without doubt. I mean, but it's not just Subbuteo, it's other collectible areas, whether it's vinyl records, any toys, whether it's 80s, 90s, Star Wars toys, whatever it might be. There's just been this crazy bubble in lockdown. And I mean, the hardest thing for me now is I can't value Subbuteo anymore. Where if you brought a crate of teams in for me and I could just have a little look through and I say, look, you got 300 quid's worth there. It's very hard now because I'm selling that team, that group of teams for 800 quid now. But it's very hard because your instincts for the last 20 years of doing your job is to say £200 to £300 to £400 for that collection. It's very hard to say, yeah, that'd be 800 quid because you put yourself under huge pressure. But at the same time, it's very difficult because you want to give accurate valuation. And it's hard to say, oh, it's 250 quid. And then it sells for £800, which is fine. But if you brought a collection to me and I said it's £250, you'd probably go, well, hang on, mate, I've seen that one on eBay for 80. I've seen that one.
Yeah, but that's one of the things I think is a problem for Subbuteo because people assume that all teams are worth the same.
Yeah,
people have got really wise. People are so wise now.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I agree. But the challenge I think is to give them the confidence that look. What a beauty with auction is we'll put estimates on. I can't estimate a collection of 20 box lightweight teams at 400 to 500 because no one's going to look at it if I'm saying you're going to have to pay 400 to 500 for it. If I put 150 to 200 on those teams, all you lot are going to think, Stu, you'll be thinking, oh, I'll have a bit of that. Let's get in on it, and you'll watch it. You'll bid live. And once I, as an auctioneer, have got your eyes, whether you're in the room or on the screen bidding online, I'm telling you, I've got you. I will make you spend money. That's what my job is. I can't.
That's exactly what happened to me when I bought that farm team. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and I was like, I just bid and bid and bid. And I was like, oh. Spent way too much money there. Then the fees come in, and I felt right tucked up.
Stu, do you know I was bidding against you on that?
Was you?
Yeah.
In your face.
That was the first time I ever tried to buy something with auction and I lost out.
In your face.
Yeah.
No, in your
Sorry,
face.
mate.
You could
in your face. In your face.
Paid a lot.
Yeah, honestly, there was hidden fees on that. I'm telling you, they tucked me up.
Steven saved that money and got a dog, mate. I think he's done.
I know, right? I just got in debt.
So with the auction stuff, have you been doing auctions before eBay? Like, did eBay have a big effect on how that all worked, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, well, traditionally auctions wouldn't have been online. So eBay was around before online auctions. So now we kind of mix both. So look, the beauty for me, because I think, we've talked about it with eBay, the repainting and the different reference numbers. The big difference between selling or buying through an auction house compared to eBay is, as an auctioneer, it's not my stuff. I'm an agent, effectively. I'm dealing with the seller and the buyer. So I'm going to be honest with the seller and the buyer. And I'm going to tell you how it is. So someone like me, if I see it says 99p in Biro on the Nottingham Forest lightweight team, I'll describe it with that. So that when you buy it, you're not going to go, oh, look, it's got a broken tray. It's got a missing goalie. Oh, look, there's a broken ankle. I'm looking at that to tell you so you know what you're buying. And I'm going to be honest with the seller as well. So by having the auctioneer, especially when it's one, and we mentioned how important it is to have a specialist sale, where things can go missing. When I buy Subbuteo in Bargain Hunt, it goes to a general sale and there ain't really the toy buyers or the Subbuteo buyers for it. If it's in a specialist toy auction where there's maybe 20 lots of Subbuteo or 15, whatever, you've got the buyers there and they can trust that you've dealt with it before, you know what you're talking about. And if there's writing all over, or there's painted Tipex numbers on the back of the players, I'm going to tell you it's bad condition. So when I tell you it's in great condition and it's near mint, and I think about
it's legit 100% going to be like that. Yeah.
You've got it. And then you can bid away and know you're not going to be disappointed.
Confidence.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas I know, I don't know, we're all the same, I guess. We're all trawling eBay. We have a flick through every now and again and see what's there. Sometimes you just get a vibe. You think, why are you not telling me anything about this? Why is it in good condition? See images, make your own mind up.
See images is the one, yeah.
Yeah, there's one picture.
Any rattlers? I can't see the back of them. It's the top of the, where it clips onto the shop. It's the crocodile clip in there. So you haven't taken them out of the box. Whereas I'm, as an auctioneer, and most auctioneers will will give you the information so you know what you're buying. There's no tricks.
There was one on come up on one of the Facebook groups the other day about someone buying one off eBay, and when obviously they got it, it was, I mean, to be fair, there's people that know, and they were like, well, I definitely wouldn't have bid on it. And then you've got the warning signs. There's a lot of people that do the eBay thing, a little bit like Stu and Stephen bid in an auction they've never done before, and they sort of lost themselves in it. Yeah. It's picking up the signs that there's certain things you recognise about certain kits, thinking that's not right. That would make me want to ask more questions or say, can I see a better picture of that? Can I see more of this before I even bid on it? And then there's 2 or 3 of those things. Don't even bother asking because there's too many. But if there's like 1 or 2, it's like, can you send me a picture of that? Because that doesn't, just want to see it a little bit better.
If they don't send you that photo, you know they're hiding something.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. That's a massive red flag. Massive.
One of my things with people is whenever anyone asks me, what I'm thinking about getting back into Subbuteo, I'll be on eBay. My first thing is like, hey, just chill. Yeah. Don't buy anything straight away. Have a little look. Get involved in the community. Start asking people about, like, I don't know, what's it like buying teams on eBay? And they might even say to you, there's certain sellers to look out for, or things like this, because then at least you've got an idea. If you just go in blind, you can very easily just start going, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to have that as well. And then when it turns up, you might even think it's real, or when you get it, you're like, right, I just spent a lot of money for something that's definitely fake. Yeah. Yeah. So
with auctions, you've got viewing days. So if there's a collection of Subbuteo heavyweights that is just immaculate and perfect, you'll travel from wherever you are, come and look, and you can go and handle them all, and you can make your own mind up by actually looking at it the day before the sale or 2 days before the sale. I mean, the problem with auction compared to eBay is, like, right now, what are there, 8,000 items of Subbuteo on sale on eBay right now? 8,000 to look through. There's probably 0 auctions taking place right now that you can bid on Subbuteo. So it's just fewer and far between, whereas eBay's just there, and it's on your phone, and there's as much as...
Very convenient. It's very convenient, isn't it? It's one of those, like, you can get on it whenever you want.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So I'm going to put you on the spot, Tim. I'm really going to put you on the spot. So you value a lot of stuff. All right? So this set we're putting together for charity.
Yeah.
What would you value it at auction as an estimate? So you've got an Astro Pit. You've got an Astro pitch with Italian 90 goals with Tango balls.
Is it going to come in the tube? Are they all going to come in the boxes and the packaging? Or
the Italian 90 goals are not in the upper box.
Okay, so tell me again. So
but they are brand spanker. They've never been used. They're not in the upper box.
Okay. So you've got Italian 90 goals, Astro pitch, three white tangos. You've got a Plymouth. Is it 54?
54, but it's going to be hand painted. It's not going to be original.
For this, we'll say a Plymouth 54 heavyweight and a Sampdoria 398 lightweight. Sampdoria. And a dugout.
Okay, I reckon it would sell for 140 or 160. That's a lot. And that's maybe
there we go.
Plymouth.
So I've had an idea with this box set as well. So we're obviously going to be doing it for charity. In the 50s or 60s, Subbuteo's big rival was New Footy, and there was a point when New Footy was doing a lot better because it had lots of celebrity endorsements and things like that. And Subbuteo actually tried to do an endorsement from, I think it was Stanley Matthews, until Stanley Matthews told them to stop doing it, and they had to burn all of the catalogues and everything else because they couldn't use them. So I think in true sort of Subbuteo style, where we will actually get the celebrity endorsement, this has to be a box set endorsed by you.
Yeah, cool.
You can plug it on the front of the box. You can plug it for us, because obviously I'd say, as you want to know, literally everything that we're making out of it is going to charity, so it'd be really good actually if we can get you on board with it.
Totally on board.
That's amazing. That's cool, actually. Thank you for that. I've really enjoyed having you on, Tim. To be honest with you, it's been
great.
I've loved it.
It's been brilliant. I think I'd love to, if you're up for it, definitely love to get you on again sometime, because it's just it's quite nice to have someone else, like a different voice, just to like bounce off. Because we just usually spend the whole time arguing. I think we've probably been the quietest we've been. We're just
we've been very well behaved, haven't we? Very well behaved.
Because you're a brand new voice to us, so we're just like, I should listen to what this guy's got to say. We'll just shout over each other.
I don't know if you've seen Soccer AM, but they give all the guests a ball to as a thank you when they do their appearances on it. So I think we should give every guest we have something Subbuteo related. So we'll have a think about that and get some over to you.
Yeah, we will. You only get a ball if you make a hat trick.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a hat trick ball.
It's a hat trick of appearance. Oh, right, okay.
Also,
we need to get you on the RT10s.
But I'm sure between us we won't be able to find something in a pristine box that's crisp enough to be accepted.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
have balls, so you want balls.
I'll pretend I like it.
These are all
I did have a single Italy lightweight, but I ate it, so I can't go back to you.
I don't want that.
But no, like I say, if we could, like, if you're up for it, we'd definitely have to get you on again. I'd say it's great to have like a different voice. It's got a different, like another totally different outlook on Subbuteo. Like, say how mad it is that you would turn down like a super rare team if the box was rubbish. It's just like,
don't want it.
Madness, absolute madness to me. Cool. Has anyone else got anything else? Well, actually, before we do go, like, Stu, what are you up to at the moment? I don't think we've done like an update on everyone. So what are you up to on your channel at the moment, mate? I saw your 100th episode go out.
I've just celebrated 100. Whoop, whoop. Well happy with that. That was fun. Finally got it out of the way after procrastinating for ages on doing it and trying new editing software. But I've got a really cool unboxing, which I'm going to unbox after this and get that out this week. And then I've not done this under my name. If anyone knows about Discord, it's a social media that's used a lot in gaming and stuff like that. I didn't really know a lot about it until I used it, but I've set up a Subbuteo server, which is quite cool. And it's very much like a forum meets Facebook meets WhatsApp all in one place. It's really good. People have started using it already, and there's quick answers, loads of different subjects on there. And if you're into Discord or you want to come and join, come get involved, because so far it's a small community at the moment. There's only about 30 of us at the moment. It's only a couple of days old.
The other great thing about Discord is, because I do use it for gaming, you can set up within a server. You can set up individual chats. So if you want to actually
that's what we've done
with someone within that group, you can actually have a conversation across the app. So it is great for stuff like that.
So that's what I've done. So we've got the Subbuteo server, but then there's text channels of general, collecting, stadiums, clubs, solo play, social media, painting, blogs, buying, selling, trade swaps. I've even put Wasper and Fistiff in there, and then heavyweights, lightweights, and like events. So, and people can set other ones up themselves. So it's not, I mean,
it's free. It doesn't cost you any money either, by the way, to get on Discord. It's absolutely free.
Not trying to take anything away from Facebook, Twitter, and the Subbuteo forum, because we all spoke about the Subbuteo forum, trying to get people back to it. But it's just another outlet. It's something else to use. If you're young and into Subbuteo, I actually did an interview the other day with a guy on his channel, and he was only 18. He was so interested in what Subbuteo was. And something like Discord is perfect for someone like him to come and get involved and learn about it. So if you're young and you want to get involved in social media and Subbuteo, and you don't want to get involved in Facebook or anything like that because you think Facebook's not trendy anymore, give us a shout on that. Just search Subbuteo.
Awesome. Watsie, what you up to, mate? See, you've had a few more of the subscriptions go out as well, actually. They look really good.
Still doing my subscriptions. Not taking any orders for teams because I'm still trying to clear up back orders. And the channel's still growing, YouTube channel. We are leaving collectors alone this week. Stuart.
I really enjoyed your last episode, Watsie. I really enjoyed it.
He had a dig, honestly. Cheeky Herbert. In fairness to him, though,
solo players.
In fairness to him, right, he made me think, you know what, I should play again, and I'm gonna maybe look at getting involved in a club when we get fully out of lockdown, and I might play, maybe.
I'm not sure if you are aware if the ESA has contacted you, but the ESA is setting up a Nations League, 5 nations, obviously England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and they want a day on the Saturday for collectors, solo players, and people that play old Subbuteo. So
see, I'd be interested in that.
And I think Justin Finch is behind, not Justin Finch, Alan Lee, is it?
Yeah.
Wobbly Shop. Alan Lee. So he's behind it. I'm not sure if it's organised, but there's going to be a day for collectors and solo players and old Subbuteo players on the Saturday.
Great idea.
And then it's going to be a festive competition on the Sunday for the top players, so to speak. But it's four players from each nation. So I think you boys should be getting involved in that.
Definitely.
That's good. So what are you doing with solo play this week on your show?
Just ripping them apart. I just can't understand how you play on your own and play fair. Is that not fair? But if you're playing Man United against Liverpool and you're a Man United supporter, you're going to miss a flick with Liverpool, aren't you? And you're going to leave yourself open with a shot. I don't know.
I disagree. I understand what you're saying, but no.
I don't play solo. I don't play solo. So I don't.
That'd be good. That'd be a good show. Stephen, what are you up to, mate?
Issue 2 of the magazine. So, Tim, I'm going to ask you for some help with the feature, if that's okay.
Of course, sure.
After some celebrities on that. Issue 2 of the magazine should be out in June, so just in time for the Euro. Should be a really good one. Somebody had the idea of putting a Euro old style sort of Subbuteo league ladder, but like a chart for the Euros in, so you can stick the teams on as they go. Subbuteo teams. So I'm going to try and get that sorted. It's going to be a huge issue with this one, so it should be really good. And I've also just designed the new English Subbuteo Association newsletter, which has just gone out today. So they used to have a newsletter called Subbuteo News, which went out in the 80s and all the way through with all the club news and all that sort of thing. And they've actually brought it back, so it's quite a sort of famous in the Subbuteo community name. So yeah, I offered to design that for them, and it's come out looking really good, I think. So that's well worth a read. I think that's on the English Subbuteo Association website.
It's free as well. If I remember rightly, it's free. The first one's free, and then you have to be a member to read the further ones. But it's free to be a member anyway.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Tim, what are you up to, mate? What are you doing? No, Tim. Let's have Tim have a go. Tim, what are you up to, mate? Now TV's getting back on.
Yeah. I was filming this weekend, so I've just finished filming. Fortunately for me, I'm really pleased that it was 2 days before the hairdressers opened, so I had to go with this Muller. That really worked well for me. So telly's back up and running, so that's great to be out bargain hunting again. The auction's coming up, 30th of April, got a specialist toy auction, which will, some of this Subbuteo that I've talked about will be appearing at. So it's 100% back to busy after kind of a period of, although I've been working through, it's kind of been like 60, 70% busy the last year. It feels like we're back to 100%. It's all kicking off. The radio's going, the telly's going, the auction house is going, and I'm really pleased.
Awesome. Just so people can, if they do want to find your auction house, mate, which auction house is it you're with?
Yeah, cool. So it's Wessex Auction Rooms. Throw it into Google, you'll find it, and all the catalogues are on there, which will be out 7 days before the sale itself. Then you can just, in the search box, search for Subbuteo, whatever you want, have a flick through, and find some cool stuff.
And the let's go to war is there, is it?
Let's go to war on the auction.
Go to war, exactly. That's it. Watch it. Think you're not going to be into it and bid, but register and then bid away. Wait in.
Me and Stephen will be there against each other.
I might, if there is going to be some Subbuteo on there, I might live blog it on the site.
Cool. Yeah, dude. Have a look.
Yeah.
Make sure you know, because I'll really hem it up when I'm selling it.
All right, will do. I'll definitely do that then.
Callum, what about you? What are you doing, Callum?
Oh, mate, honestly, in terms of Subbuteo stuff, not a massive amount. I've got myself a couple of months ahead of Westwood Table Saw Club because I've just started this new job where I was saying to you boys earlier off camera, like, I am struggling. I'm sat on a cushion right now because I've been doing...
we don't want to know, mate. We don't want to know. Nah. It's a family show. It's a family show. Easy.
Oh, it's okay. It's after name. It's all right.
So I've just started with the Village Hotel's gym. So I've just started in their gym team. We've got a brand new hotel opening up where I live. And I'm on a 3-week training thing. So yesterday I was doing like a Les Mills. It's called The Trip. Spin bike seats are really uncomfortable. And I had to do that yesterday. And then today I had another class session. So I'm struggling a little bit today. But yeah, in terms of Subbuteo stuff, I've got some cool things happening with Leicester City women's team. I've got involved with. Got the Westwood Table Saw Club happening. Channel's still going on. So I'm still doing the sort of you painty stuff, where to get it, what's it like. The Talking Complete Kit series. That's about it, really. I'm sort of scaling a little bit back because I'm trying to totally focus on this new job so I can attack it and get on with it and take the chances while they're there rather than trying to spread myself all over the place. So in terms of Subbuteo stuff, not a massive amount, apart from hanging out with you guys, obviously. I think I will just end by saying, Tim, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much, first of all, for contacting myself and Stu to go on your radio show, which was brilliant. Fun. What I loved about it was when you first spoke to me, you were like, I'll aim the questions at one of you individually. And then you came back to me and went, but don't not interrupt each other. I want it to be like it normally. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I think I mentioned that. When you said that to me, I was like, mate, we're going to interrupt each other anyway.
Yeah, I knew.
But yeah, that was amazing. And then to you, I just messaged you after saying, do you want to come on ours? And you did it like a week later. So unbelievable. So thank you so much for coming on. I think it's brought something different to it, and it's been amazing. I would definitely love to get you back on again at some point in the future. If you're not too busy, mate, for sure.
Of course. No, but seriously, to you boys, keep up the good work. Thanks ever so much. I see the comments. Everyone's loving it. It's great to have this, every couple of weeks. The Subbuteo for what we love. It's a great show. It's proper good content. I'm loving it.
The big question before we end is, are you going to listen to this podcast while you're at work, even though you're on it?
I'll watch it, see if I was any good, and then watch it at work. So
just want to say hello to all of Tim's co-workers. He's listened to
And if any of them want to come on, give us a shout.
Get on, we want to know more about Tim.
Of course. Yeah.
We could do a bargain hunt special. Get all the bargain.
Can you imagine us, lot? Can you imagine us as two of us being red team? We just spend the whole time arguing with each other. No, I'm not buying that, mate. That's rubbish.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
That is the dream. That'd be a good laugh. Yeah, so I guess there's nothing really left for us to say. Except, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an awesome show. It's been quite a long one, but I think it's been really, really good. So yeah, next week then, because this week was supposed to be what we're going to do solo play this week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's probably now going to get bumped forward. I did get an email, and I'm pretty sure he sent the same email to Stephen. I've got this guy that emailed me some cool stuff about his stuff. So if you do have anything to say about solo play, don't tell Watsie because he'll just rip you on his show. So if you do have any like quirky little rules or stories and stuff from back in the day or now when you play solo play, get in touch with us. We'd love to know about it and talk about it on the show. So yeah, I think that's about it, boys. So yeah, take it easy, boys. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. See you later,
Thanks,
chaps.
Tim. Thank you, Tim, for coming.
Pleasure. Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Cheers, Tim.
Thank you.
See you later,
Cheers,
boys.
everybody. Cheers.
Bye.
Have a good week.